everyone, welcome to SV Union High School and Junior College. And all my 5th standard students are welcome to my YouTube channel. Students, let's start with lesson number 15, Communication and Mass Media. Part 2 from page number 75 and 76. So, students, in the box below, write the names of the means of communication that are being used. In part 1, we have studied that the means of communications are newspaper, radio, magazines, internet, TV, that is television, books, podcast, blog, and last is advertising and online streaming. We can also get information through courier services and electronic methods like video calling, Bluetooth, video conferences, video chats, emails. In fact, we can get information through satellite, that is dish antenna, wireless phones, etc. Now students, let's find out what is in question number 2. They are asking to note down the different kinds of information that we can obtain from a newspaper. Through newspaper, we can find national news, international news. We can get information about politics. We can write the editorial's opinion and read about it. The gossip column, that is called as page 3. We can also get an advice columns in the newspaper. We are very much aware about the weather forecast. The comic side, where everyone is interested to see. Do you remember, students, what is this called? Yes, absolutely correct. These are called as crosswords and sudokus. In the newspaper, we also see social and cultural affairs. And last, not to forget about this daily horoscope and sports event too. So why it is necessary to read the newspapers? Is newspaper useful in our life? Newspapers carry the news of the world. Newspapers provide information and general knowledge. Newspapers provide news about a country's economic situation, sports, games, entertainment, trade, and commerce. Reading newspapers makes a good habit, and it is already part of modern life. So all my dear students, start from the day whenever possible to read the newspaper regularly. It will improve your vocabulary, the reading capacity, and plus you are updated with the world also and current affairs. This habit will widen your outlook and will enrich your knowledge. So now students, let's see about the advantages and disadvantages of telecommunication and mass media. So let's start with the first advantages of telecommunication and mass media. Point number 1 is we can easily contact people far away from us. Now in this pandemic situation of COVID-19, we were unable to move from one place to another very easily. At this situation, who has helped us the more is the internet, is the Wi-Fi, so that even though people staying very far away, we can see them lively with the help of video call, with the help of Snapchat, and with various other sources. Point number 2, the time and effort spent in exchanging information can be saved. The most effective use of time and energy will be reading and learning. You want to expand your mind to observe new information that you can use as soon as possible through the real life, and you will be soon a successful person. Point number 3, they help to raise awareness about the issues such as environmental balance, gender equality, and cleanliness. Environmental awareness means being aware of the natural environment and making choices that benefit the earth rather than hurt it. Some of the ways to practice environmental awareness include using safe and non toxic building supplies, conserving energy and water, recycling them, and use it carefully. Second point is about gender equality. Gender equality is when people of all genders have equal rights, responsibilities, and opportunities. Society that value women and men as equal are safer and healthier. Gender equality is a human right. Point is about cleanliness. Students, I know you are totally aware about this word, but let me explain it to you in simple words. Cleanliness means that there is no dirt, no dust, no stains, no bad smells. The goals of cleanliness are health, beauty, no offensive odor, and to avoid the spreading of dirt and contaminants to oneself and others. Students, let's start with point number 4. People can be forewarned about the natural disasters like storms, tsunamis, and floods. Students, do you know what is the meaning of forewarned? It means that knowledge in advance enables one to get prepared. As we can also say, that means to inform someone of a possible future danger or any problem. Students, you might be very much aware about storm. Storm is a violent actually when there is heavy rain and the wind due to the moisture in the air. A storm is associated with severe weather and may be marked by a strong wind, thunder, lightning, and heavy precipitation. This second image you can see and know about it that this is called as flood. A flood is actually an overflow of water where actually the land is usually dry. Floods often cause damage to home and business. If you know what is called as tsunami, a tsunami is a series of waves in a water body caused by the displacement of a large volume of water, which generally occurs in ocean and large lake. This earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and underwater explosions above or below water give rise or generate to a tsunami. So, because of the technology, the government can provide planners and engineers with essential information, offering a better way to predict behavior of building during a natural crisis. In effect, advanced technology provides a proactive method to more affect us with the disaster communities. So students, let's see point number 5. They built awareness about health, educational facilities, good things happening in society, etc. Point number 6. They help in successful implementation of government schemes launched for the benefit of people. There are many schemes like for example PM Kisan, that is Pradhan Mantri Kisan Samman Nidhi Yojana or scheme. We can even say Pradhan Mantri Kisan Pension Yojana, Mega Pension Scheme, New Jal Shakti Ministry, Jan Dhan Yojana. This all are just the examples that how because of technology people are aware about various and different types of schemes. Point number 7. Awareness can be raised about matters related to food, clothes, shelter, education and health. This improves people's way of life. A need is something essential for our survival. In order to live, people need food, water, shelter, energy, hygiene, sanitation, education, and health care. A want is something we would like to have but could not live without. Many of us have all of our basic needs met and may take these things for granted. Now let's highlight upon the 8th point. Mass media help in the expansion of trade and industry. People get the latest news in a very short time. Distance is not a barrier. People get news daily through the media, and this keeps them updated on the happenings around the world. So now students, I think so you are very much aware about the advantages of the telecommunication and mass media. Now let's highlight upon the next one point, that is disadvantages of telecommunication devices. Point number 1 is excessive use of the television, computer or mobile phones causes disorders of the eyes, ears and back. Psychological disorders and isolation, etc. are also possible. So students, first let's understand what is the meaning of psychological disorders and isolation. Psychological disorder means it is actually called as behavioral patterns which can create symptoms like, we can say, as depression or personality disorder, etc. When we continuously watch programs on mobile, TV or computer for a long time, eyes will be strained. At the same time, spending hours on the mobile phone by bending neck will result in neck-related diseases. Dry eye is the most common problem found in people who are addicted to mobile phones. Point number 2. We get all sorts of information through television channels and the internet. There are instances of this information being misused to disturb the peace and order in society. So students, if you want to combat the negative effects of social media, you have to set few points. Point number 1, that you have to be mindful on your social media habits. Second, set limits on the amount of time you spend on social media. Know when it's time to stop and use social media to connect with people who inspire you, to share your interest and provide a sense of belonging. Point number 3 is time spent on watching television leads to neglect of outdoor sports and physical fitness. This has an adverse effect on physical health. Playing outdoor is a form of exercise that promotes well-being and wholesome physical development. Children are naturally drawn to active play outdoors. It allows them to explore their environment, develop muscle strength and coordination, and gain self-confidence. Outdoor play keeps kids active and boosts their physical stamina and fitness. Playing outdoor games can also strengthen their muscles, bones, build immunity, and also improve their eyesight. Now students, let's find out the solution over here. When Amod, who is in the 5th standard, comes home after school, he visits several websites on his computer. He never misses his favorite TV shows. He plays games on his mother's mobile phone all the time. He is always sitting at home. Lately, his appetite has decreased. He is drowsy and has put on weight. Now Amod's mother is worried about him. When will she feel better? I know students, you all might be thinking about your own situation, and plus your mothers is also thinking about their situation. Now imagine that you are going to find the solution for Amod and for yourself, and find out how Amod's mother and your mother will be relaxed and tense free. So you need to find out the solution for this, and that is going to help you out in the future too. So here we end up with the lesson number 15, communication and mass media. Let's highlight on what is given in the textbook. Always remember, telecommunication devices should be used properly and sensibly. We must be careful not to use them excessively. Do you know audio-visual communication? We cannot see each other when we talk on the telephone. New commission New communication technology has now made this possible on a mobile phone to see the persons we are talking to. What have we learned in this lesson? Point number 1, introduction to the means of communication. Point number 2, use of space launch technology for telecommunication. Point number 3, introduction to mass media. Point number 4, advantages and disadvantages of the use of mass media. Now let's have the quick look for the summary. Points to remember are: the exchange of information is called communication. Mass media helps in the expansion of trade and industry. Excessive use of technology like television and computer causes disorders of eyes, ears and back. Time spent watching television leads to the neglect of outdoor sports and physical fitness. We can understand a person's feeling by looking at the expression on their face. For modern methods of communication, there is a use of artificial satellites. Artificial satellites used for communication in India are called as INSAT, that is Indian National Satellites. I hope so, students. You must have understood lesson number 15, Communication and Mass Media, Part 1 and Part 2. All the students are kindly requested to please note down the answer for the given homework. Thank you, everyone.